Welcome to episode 202 of the Pharmacist Voice podcast. I'm the host, Kim Newlove. This is one of my drug name pronunciation episodes. Today, we're talking about sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim. It's also known by the brand names of Bactrim or Septra and abbreviated with the initials SMZ-TMP or SMZ-TMP-DS. How do these pronunciation episodes work? I break down drug names into syllables. Then I explain which syllable or syllables have the emphasis, reveal the source of the information, and then put the written pronunciations in the show notes so you can see them and use them right away. If you're new to my pronunciation episodes, welcome. I love these. The purpose of these pronunciation episodes is to provide the intended pronunciations of drug names from reliable sources so that you feel more confident saying them and less frustrated learning them. I hope this episode helps. Let's dive in. Sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim is a combination of two antibiotics used to treat a variety of bacterial infections. Looking back on my experience as a pharmacist in community practice, I most commonly saw sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim used for urinary tract infections. There's a regular strength and a double strength. That's why you'll see prescriptions for SMZ-TMP 400-80 or double that, which is 800-160. If you are new to pharmacy and you've never seen a prescription for that, keep an eye out for prescriptions for Bactrim, Bactrim DS, Septra, Septra DS, SMZ-TMP, or SMZ-TMP DS. SMZ, of course, is for sulfamethoxazole, and TMP is for trimethoprim. These are just abbreviations. SMZ for sulfamethoxazole, and again, TMP for trimethoprim. This is a two-word generic drug name, and I gotta say, if you're a novice, it is intimidating to look at. However, this is one of the top 200 drugs in the United States, and you need to know how to say it. Let's break down sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim into syllables, starting with sulfamethoxazole. Sulfamethoxazole has 6 syllables. They are sul, like sulk, fa, like familiar, meth, like methanol, ox, like the animal, the ox, which is that lovely schwa vowel sound, and zole, which rhymes with mole. Put that all together and you get sulfamethoxazole. Which syllables have the emphasis? There are 2. They are sul and ox. Sul gets the secondary emphasis. Ox gets the primary emphasis. What does that mean? It means that both syllables are emphasized, but ox is emphasized the most. See if you can hear it when I say it slowly. Sulfamethoxazole. Sulfamethoxazole. Let's move on to trimethoprim. Trimethoprim has 4 syllables. Tri, like I'm trying to pronounce this drug name. Meth, like methanol. O, like the letter O in the alphabet. However, when I say it really fast, it actually sounds like like the schwa vowel sound, and prim, like primitive. Put that all together and you get trimethoprim. Which syllable has the emphasis? Meth gets the emphasis. That's the only syllable that you actually emphasize in trimethoprim. See if you can hear it when I say it slowly. Trimethoprim. Trimethoprim. How did I know how to say sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim? I could be snarky here and tell you that I've known how to pronounce this drug since I was a pharmacy technician back at my first pharmacy job in 1997, but I'm not going to do that. But I must say, sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim has been a winning combination since the 60s. It's very commonly prescribed. It has been for decades, and it's one of the first drug names that I did learn. I learned it on the job. You could learn it on the job too, just saying. However, The written pronunciations of sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim are also in the USP dictionary online. That is a very reliable reference. It's my favorite reference for generic drug names. Once you take a look at how the syllables are divided up and which syllables are emphasized, I hope you'll agree that saying sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim is pretty straightforward. Just a quick disclaimer before I move forward. I do not work for USP, and I am not compensated in any way for mentioning the USP dictionary online. It's just my favorite drug reference for generic drug name pronunciations, and I want to say thank you to the USP Legal Department for permission to use your written pronunciations in my podcast episodes and YouTube videos. Much appreciated. Thank you. That's all I've got for you today. Let's wrap this up. Sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim is an intimidating drug combination to say. Many people just call it by one of its brand names, which again are Septra, Bactrim, or Bactrim DS. They also abbreviate it with the initials SMZ-TMP. Thanks for joining me today to learn how to say sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim. To find the show notes for this episode, go to thepharmacistvoice.com, click on the podcast tab, and search for episode 202. In the show notes today, you'll find the written pronunciations for sulfamethoxazole and trimethoprim, a link to the USP dictionary online, my social media links, and more. Next week, poison prevention experts Dr. Wendy Stefan and Angel Bivens, RPH, return to the podcast to talk about poison myths and misconceptions. March is Poison Prevention Awareness Month. I personally love this topic, the topic of poison prevention, and I'm excited to share our interview with you. Thanks for listening today. I can't wait to talk to you next week.